Hi, I'm Brian Seidel. Welcome to Mockingbird Tattoo in Southbridge Plaza. Come on in, let's have a look. Radha, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me this morning here at your lovely shop, Stickney Point and US 41, the home of Mockingbird Tattoo. So this is the second location.
Yes.
For you guys. I helped you find both locations.
You did.
And this location has been doing absolute gangbusters. So not only are you a client of mine, but I'm also a client of yours, as it turns out.
Which is cool.
Dana here has done several tattoos for me, so I really appreciate that. Talk to me a little bit about the history of how you got started in this business. Did you always know that you wanted to be a tattoo artist?
No, I have a background in art. I have a degree in fine art and graphic design, and I worked as a designer for several years before I started tattooing. But in my first year of art school in LA, I just randomly got a tattoo one day. Hadn't really thought about it a lot before or anything like that, and I kind of surprised myself with it. And then as years went on, my then boyfriend, now husband, Joe, was like, oh, you should try tattooing, you should try tattooing. And I was like, well, I don't know. And I kind of just brushed it off. I didn't really, give that much credit until it started to kind of roll back in my head. And we decided to move to Sarasota in 2002. We opened up a pottery studio. My husband's a professional potter, so we taught classes and had a little gallery in Gulf Gate. And I had made friends with the tattoo shop across the street and was doing actually some design work with him and told him my interest in kind of exploring it. And I just got lucky. He offered me an apprenticeship, and as soon as I really started to do it, I realized like, this is it. I hated being stuck behind a box. I realized through teaching pottery that I love to work with people. So tattooing was like the perfect mesh of being an artist, designer, and getting to work with people. I worked there for about 13 years, managed that studio for about 9 of it. And then it was time to, go out on my own and kind of take that leap. And you helped me find a great little location that made sense for us. And it took off, and we were slamming and jamming and got to the point where we needed support staff. So we made the decision to, try to find a location that was big enough to accommodate that, but also kind of kept us in this area. I joke that I've been tattooing in this intersection for 21 years, and it's really the truth. So
that's pretty cool.
We have a lot of customers that like us to be here, but we've also made a lot of connections with people who come to the Key on the regular, people who vacation. So after we came into this location, we were able to really start that growth. Now we're up to 6 full-time artists. We have 2 full-time assistants, and I couldn't be happier with how it's come. It's been kind of a good surprise, It's
amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm so glad to have been a part of the journey. I think tattooing, like we had kind of talked about, is becoming more mainstream and is really readily available to the masses. There's a lot of social media aspects where people can kind of show you where you might want to go with your design, or if like me, you have a dream and you feel like I want to put this on my body and I want to have this forever. What would be the process by which that individual would get started? Do they call the shop? Do they go online to the website? Do they message you guys on one of your social media platforms?
The best thing to do is that we actually just redesigned our website completely, but we've always had basically a booking form on there, and we call it like an inquiry form. So it's not like you're committing to anything in particular. But what you do on there is you basically give us details on what body parts you might be thinking of, whether you want color, black and gray, certain styles you might be interested in. They can write a little description of what they want, and really with as much or as little detail as they choose. And then they can attach reference photos of things that they like. If they're just exploring and they don't know, we do offer free consultations to everybody. And in some cases, if it's a very simple thing where you kind of know exactly what you want and you're ready to book, then the front desk will just get you taken care of and get you going.
Love that. What is the website itself? What is the actual URL?
MockingbirdTattoo.com.
Okay, and where can people find you on social media?
We're on Instagram and Facebook as Mockingbird Tattoo and Mockingbird Tattoo Company on Facebook.
Excellent. I'm going to ask you a couple questions here.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to do a little rapid fire format.
Let's do it.
We're going to set a timer for 30 seconds. Okay. Favorite tattoo you've done?
The last one I did.
Fair. Most painful place to get tattooed yourself?
So far, my feet.
Feet, okay. Yep, that definitely didn't feel good. How many clients have gone into the ocean shortly after getting tattooed and had it wash out?
Too many. That's an infection problem, yeah.
Yeah, that is an infection. Worst place on the body to tattoo as an artist?
The love handles.
The love handles?
Yes.
Please elaborate on that.
Basically, you need to stretch the skin, so you need structure. Between your rib cage and your hips, there is no structure. So it's basically, you're trying to push skin and tighten it, which is nearly impossible. It also gets really puffy really quickly, and it's very painful for the person getting it, so they tend to move around a lot. So it's kind of just not a great spot for either the client or the artist.
Good to know, people of the world. Do not get your love handles tattooed. Radha, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I really appreciate it. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.